Hello everyone, this is Chad. Finally got a few minutes. I'm gonna take the back roads back home. It's about 3:25 in the morning. Do we go this way? Yes, let's go this way. Going down Louisville, Vienna. Got the DoorDash on too. I don't think any dings. They ain't really nothing out here, and it's like 3:25 in the morning. I was waiting to get a little trip, one I was going to talk about, and I guess we'll talk about. I'm stumped here. I think I already told you. Yeah, well, that would kind of be retread on. Well, I'll come up with something in a minute, but I want to mention real quick the NASCAR community last month, excuse me. Only good thing that came out last month with NASCAR, with what's going on, was the trial, I thought, where Jordan Hamlin won front row and things like that. I thought that was good, but give prayers and thoughts to Michael Annette, who passed away, the Biffle family, which was wild. A lot of irony with that, and I posted that on Facebook before. I might mention it. And Denny Hamlin's father passing away, and thankfully his mom getting better. She's at the Wake Forest Baptist Hospital, so I want to mention that. But also on the lighter side, this side, at the end of the month, the Cup Series be at Bowman Gray, and the whole world will watch it, which is pretty awesome. Even though we can do a whole other thing about NASCAR, and I'm not a fan of the executives, but his must be a lot better. And Buddy Akinari, I need to talk to him, see what he's doing. I don't know if he's running Daytona or not. And as of right now, my racing plans, as of right now, it might change. I'm going to plan on running at Farmington, as many of the point races as I can, but again, that may change. I'm not going to get details about that. But I do have a plan B and C if I don't race there. We'll just see how that goes. The first point race is March 28th. And so we'll elaborate more on that later on at another time. I'm in second gear right now because I already saw 2 deers running across the road going up country. I've dropped some out full, so I'll tell you what, I do got some I want to mention about gold and silver. Some of you that talked to me, or talked to me last month, I don't want to get some gold and silver, but the investor in me was saying it is overinflated. It's too high. And silver, a couple Fridays ago, shot up to, I want to say $79 an ounce. I bought the silver ETF, which is based on, let's just go this way. Based on the cost of ounce silver, I bought a couple shares of it in sometime around summertime for $42. A couple Fridays ago, I think it was Friday after Christmas, if I remember correctly, it shot up to about 70. I know it went up to 72. Since it's not a big position in my portfolio, I don't remember exactly. I can look it up when I get a chance. I think it got up to $72, but the quarters, if you got a quarter that's from 64 and back, and also dime, the same thing, that's 90% silver. and they got a derogatory term. We call it junk silver, but silver's silver. It's got 90% silver. And a few months ago, it was at $7 for a quarter for the silver melt value. When it comes to metals and gold, if you got jewelry or anything like that, I don't know squat about it. Okay, I just know melt values. The only collectibles I really know is wheat pennies, Native American heads. I don't call them Indians, Native American heads, and that's about it. Or DBSB wheat penny, which can make you a lot of money if you find one. But silver went up. I want to say $79. Now, the quarter blew my mind. I had to double check it. It was valued at $14+ If you got that at face value at 25 cents, you had a hellacious return. However, a couple weeks ago, I was like, I may buy some gold bars and stuff like that, or gram bars, because 1 ounce is like $4,400, or was back then. The silver bars are a little cheaper than the coins, but the 64 bag, I'm not going to call it junk silver. You would have a hellacious return, but here's the problem. And I'm going to give shout outs to Bloomberg. I listen to that a lot. Bloomberg, 11:30 a.m., especially during the week. And it's New York's only business radio station, and it's on iHeart, so how I can hear it from down here. I'm in second gear. I'm going to change it when I get a little safer. Some of the coin places, or even maybe the pawn shops, I don't know, but some of the coin places and precious metal buyers, especially out in California, was not buying silver. I'm not sure about gold, but they weren't touching silver when they got up that high, about up to that high. I'm sure they'll sell it, obviously, but when you're in the market, when you're investing, not just the stock market, but in real estate, and, commodities like precious metals and stuff like that, pay attention to little things like that, because it's good to have gold and it's good to have the silver. I'm a fan of them. I'm not a gold bug. But at the same time, it's good to have it. But remember, if you can't sell it, at the end of the day, what's the point of it? I mean, you can have a gain on it. Unlike, let's say, Bitcoin or something like that, or the market, stock market, there's always a buyer and seller. Always. Very rare that you can't find a buyer. Okay? I mean, the world is involved, especially with Bitcoin, stuff like that. But gold and silver is proven that it can go up in value. You might get loans on it, make it palm. I don't know. I don't really know about that. And I've been heard that palm interest rates are way high. So, excuse me, get some drink here. But if they end up buying, that should tell you something. Okay? There is no. Let me explain something when it comes to investing. There's no secrets. Okay? A lot of people, especially if you're new to the stock market and crypto. Now, crypto is complicated. I ain't gonna lie. But a lot of folks make the idea of investing overly complicated. We're down the Young Road. I don't see it on gear yet. Somebody can find out. I'll put it on gear. It's not that complicated. It's really common sense, okay? But you got to pay attention to things, and don't let your emotions or your euphoria or depression, if it goes down, don't let that dictate your decisions, okay? My instincts kept telling me, do not buy silver or gold yet, unless you can get it in the quarters or dimes. Because I would definitely pay, maybe pay double face value for something like that. But a lot of people are starting to know about it, and even banks, so that's why it's hard to sort through quarters. I do that from time to time, of course. But if you can't get it at face value, or basically you want it at a discount, okay? And silver, I think, is going back and forth. I know it went down to $4 a share. Yeah, I know it's popped down. We got a sign over here. I wonder if somebody's busy or something. But you gotta pay attention. And Peter Lynch, in his book, One Up on Wall Street, dedicated a whole chapter to that. He was noticing places like his wife was going to the grocery store and buy these pantyhose called legs back in the 70s. And she kept buying them. They were starting to pop up. But he was nose deep, and he admitted that he was nose deep into financials and this stock and that stock and everything else. And these pantyhose are selling now. He finally took advantage of it, and he made a lot of money on his portfolio. I think it was Haynes that made it. Another case was Subaru. Subaru started importing their vehicles slowly in the 70s in the United States. He knew a lot about Subarus. They even owned Subaru. And this is one of the most successful hedge fund managers ever. He didn't buy Subaru stock. He just gave a courtesy glance. Well, Subaru blew up. It made him a lot of money. It made his clients a lot of money too. So even the greats and the legends mess up. Hell, even Warren Buffett messed up too. Somebody's got a race car in the back of an open trailer. I wonder, like a late model or a street stock or something. There you go. I wonder if they were racing. I think they were racing down in South Carolina and Dillon. They might be coming from there. Who knows? But you gotta pay attention to things. A lot of folks made money on Chipotle when they started getting on the stock market because you start seeing them, and a lot of people like them. Chipotle, now the Chipotle, I'm not butchering the name. Chipotle. I like their food. It's pretty good food, but it's a little pricey and you don't get a lot. Okay? But it's good food. I don't hate on it. And sometimes you do DoorDash, especially with Wake Forest. Gotta get wait till they return. They order a lot of DoorDash through Chipotle. A lot of them. I've had more. I do way more Chipotle with Wake Forest than the other customers with Chipotle. But it's been a while since I did one. They're right about half a mile straight line to where I live. But, and also at the end of the day, you gotta not only do your research and watch particular things that not just what the market's saying, but what, the real world, your world, is saying. Okay? And with gold and silver, I'm like, I want almost just too high. If I can't get at a discount, I'm just not going to mess with it. Or Buff said, you want to buy some investments that are at a discount or on sale. It's a good investment, and the market goes down because some little skirmish out in some part of the world goes down, you jump on it. And gold right now and silver's high. And gold mainly is high because of a lot of currencies and a lot of the weak dollar that the United States had. That's a whole nother ball of wax. So I'm not saying you shouldn't own it. If you want to buy it now. But keep in mind that if it keeps going higher, and it will over time, but if you ain't got no buyers, you're kind of SOL at that moment. You might, like I said, you might get loans. I ain't got down deep in the weeds of that, but a lot of folks try to sell it and stuff. But just keep a look at things. Your biggest gains in investments is what you see out in daily life. It's basically what it comes down to it. And so that's all I'm gonna say about that. So you leave a comment. On the last video, like I said, I ain't posted a lot of videos over like 12, 15 years I've been on YouTube. Go ahead and leave a comment because I'm going to have it on adults. I put it on the kids, but if you put it on the kids, you can't comment on it, so I'm going to fix that. Whenever I get on there and load it, and pass my speed. It's like the third time I passed here today. Speedway, by the way, they ain't paying me for this, but they got like a big gulp, like 44 ounces for $2. That's what I'm drinking here. I've been drinking on that for the last 2.5 hours. And I got a good diet Snapple tea. And they let you use the restroom. And that's been important since COVID. They got good food, you know, and they're owned by 7-Eleven, which, you know, we talked about stocks earlier. It's an over-the-counter stock. That's why I don't buy the stocks. And we'll talk about that another time. You know, can't sit. You can't shoot your shot out all the time. You gotta spread it around. All right, that's about it, really. And whenever I get a little long run, I'll give you a call just whenever it is. I got my phone. I got my phone here. All right. That's why you stay in second gear, so you don't get in trouble. You drop your phone and lose control here. All right, then. I'll talk to y'all later and have a good one. And see you next time. Bye.